Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Talk Around the Ton. My name is C the Superior, and I'm here with my co-host Eve Boogie. How's it going?
Going well. Really excited to. I'm not gonna say excited to wrap this up, but to get into the second half of this season.
Okay, all right. And shortly we will be joined by one Danny Say So. But we're just going to get right into it because this has been a long awaited season. It's been 2 years. It was split into two parts. So we finally got the second part a month after the first, or almost around a month after the first. And we got to the conclusion of Sophie and Benedict. And I wanted to know how you feel about them as a couple and where would you place them in our catalog of Bridgerton couples, because I have my thoughts, but I'm interested to hear what you thought, and now that we have the complete story and not like a half part.
Okay. Yeah. For me, this was not our strongest couple. I would say this is this is probably I want to say our weakest couple, just because they didn't have enough time to build and to develop this level of passion that they're trying to sell me on.
Okay.
Um, at least for every other couple, there was like some moments of not will they, won't they, but like just some moments where they had something holding them back that wasn't the that the caste system, right? This like system that they would have to fight against in order to be together. Like
Mhm.
this was just straight up, I want you off rip, and there was nothing kind of holding them back
Okay,
outside
I,
of that.
I have a different opinion.
For how it wrapped, which I will get into.
Okay, all right. Well, we are joined by our third here. Everyone say hello to Danny Say So. Come on up. How's it going, Ladybug? Hi. You muted.
Hi, you
There you
guys.
go.
Hi. Sorry,
Hello.
I'm late to the party.
No problem. We were just talking about how, where would you rank Benedict and Sophie in the lineup of couples that we've had? How do you feel about the conclusion of their love story here? Where would you put them?
Ugh. You know what? I never thought this was possible, but I feel like they're dead last for me now. Like even worse
What?
than Penelope
How?
and the homeboy. Yeah, I don't know. The
This is last.
whole their whole story just got overshadowed by everyone else's story. The mom,
Mhm.
even poor what's her name that just lost her husband randomly.
Yeah.
Oh, for
Um,
Francesca.
Yeah, the queen and her kind of coming around and letting Miss Danbury go. Like literally everybody else's story was more appealing than theirs. And the way that they wrapped it up at the end was just so easy. Like, did they lie? They lied to the queen, right? That's what they
Yes.
Yes.
did about, yeah. So
So,
all this build up just for them. So the real big bad of the show was the stepmom
Yeah.
then,
yeah.
because all they had to do was get her out of the way. But lying to the queen, like that should have been how are we gonna put her in society should have been the big bad.
Yeah.
That was the big bad of the show. And all they did was, oh, we're just gonna change her last name and wrap it all up in a
Ooh,
pretty
this
bow.
is
But
a tough crowd tonight. A tough crowd because I really enjoyed. I think they're called Benefi, Sophie, and Benedict. I thought they had a really cute love story. I like that they were so gentle with one another. That it didn't have to be this big, toxic love or like this. It was just a sweet romance between two individuals who were very much into each other. And the only thing keeping them apart was society. And I thought that was, really interesting. Um, do I like them better than Penelope and Colin? Clearly, I'm not a big fan of Penelope and Colin, and I dare say I like them better than the Duke and Daphne, and I may even like them better than Anthony and Kata for real.
What? I'm shocked to hear that. This
You,
story was it had a lot of room to, and it did try to
Okay.
make a very compelling argument about the caste system and about how society versus, marrying for a love match
Hmm.
is a compelling um there's a compelling argument for it, and that it is a compelling story to kind of delve into, but it only kind of touches on the very top of that, and
Okay.
they kind of wrap it up in something that feels such like a simple solution,
Yeah.
which was just to blackmail. Let me not. Sorry, I'm getting too ahead of myself. We're getting too ahead.
We can talk about it because, yeah, at the very end, I honestly I do feel like the end was wrapped up a little bit too quickly, neatly. But
Yeah,
that's I feel like that's the fault of the 8 episode format. Like we only got 8 goddamn episodes, so
yeah.
they gotta like put it out and get it out there. So I'm not too mad at it. I wish that they would have. I wish that she would have remained a maid and he had to choose, right? Because now it's basically like he loses
Mhm.
something, she gains things, and it was just wrapped up honestly too neatly. But it have 8 episodes. Come on, I'll give it some grace for that fact. But I was also interested in how Alice um, was speaking to the queen and how she put the whole thing out there like, oh yeah, I brought the maid and she's here at the party and you're going to see her right now. And then when they bring her to the room, they had this whole other guys put together. So Alice just did this whole big old speech for nothing. You know,
Such a waste.
it
Such
is
a
such a waste.
waste. Like,
And
I was ready for the queen to be convinced,
uh-huh,
and for them to do it in this way, it's like, yeah, maybe it's more realistic to the setting, but it
mhm.
just felt like not a win for Alice, not a champion for a love match. Like, it just was like,
Uh,
I don't know.
yeah, I was ready for him to go out to the country with his maid. I was like, I was here for
Yeah.
this. Let's make that happen. You got to pick one, and he chose Sophie. I feel like that would have been very romantic. But now
Mhm.
it's the best of both worlds, I guess, if you want to put it like that.
and
Um,
with the approval of his mother, which was huge. Like
Yeah.
she, of all people, who is just the standard of, societal, all the pressures and all that stuff, and upholding their standards and stuff like that. Violet has just done everything for me this season. Like
yes.
she has just been championing this family and their drama for how many seasons now, and she just does it so gracefully because I don't know if I could. But then she actually gave him her blessings, which is not something I feel like the Violet from the other seasons would have done. Like everybody showed a lot of lenience this season, including the Queen,
Hmm.
because I'm guessing she was desperate because Lady Danbury is leaving her. So because no way she would have let somebody talk to her like that. I was clutching my pearls. I was like,
Oh, Alice, yeah, the way
so
Alice
she
was
about to
handling
send her to prison for talking to her like that at her own ball. Like,
it.
girl, you are crazy. So yeah, no. It was
I
it was a
agree.
it was a lot of leniency going on, and they set up that whole thing just to change her
For
name and have my girl say, "Oh, my bad, I was mistaken."
I agree that
Okay.
Violet is a better like I think it was around season 2 where I was questioning like is Violet a good mom? She's always just kind of like in the background and just like letting everyone else handle everything else. But this season she's really come into this stronger character and she's taking care
Hmm.
of the family. And I really like Violet this season. Um, but yeah, even the speech that Alex gave to the Queen, it felt like a non-factor because she was saying, "Oh yeah, maids can be lively and full of vigor and da 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 da." But they kind of undid all that work when they said, "Oh well, she's actually kind of slightly highborn and she's actually got a dowry and now she's so." It's like, what was all of this about the maids being this and that? And I was just like, out the window, child. But anyway, we got a couple other things that happened this season. We had what I thought was really cute was Benedict when he asked her, to be his mistress. We'll disregard that part for now. But when he was trying to when he was trying to convince her that they can have a beautiful life at the cottage, and he made everything so beautiful for them, and spent this whole story about how they could be together, I was almost convinced. I was like, okay, I can see it, even though I was very upset, Sophie, with giving up the goods with just some pretty words. I'm like, he didn't even give you got nothing out of this so far. You sleeping with this guy and you don't know what's about to happen. But I thought Benedict, as I said before, he's very charming. He's such a sweet. He's just a boy. He's just trying to like. No, I think he's the most. I think he's the best brother.
He is
And
dull. And
dull,
The best
he is a
brother?
baby. You are right about that. He is a baby. What's the name? The little Gregory has more
not Gregory.
fire than he does. Little Gregory. Him
I mean,
and well, not so much the younger sister anymore because now she's like scarred for life,
yeah,
thinking
hi.
she's gonna find the love of her life, Hyacinth. She's gonna find the love of her life and he's gonna die on her. So I was gonna say Hyacinth and Gregory, I feel like we're gearing up to give us a good season. Because Hyacinth is very sneaky and
Yes.
very over
Mhm.
the top
Uh-huh.
and troublesome. And so I feel like her and then Gregory's like a little go-getter as well. And I'm like, I feel like I look forward to seeing those seasons, but not with these guys. And I also don't understand when they did start hooking up, what was the whole pregnancy thing? Like they were like really emphasizing
Yeah.
her being pregnant. And I'm like, was that the goal? Is that why y'all slept together? Like it didn't make sense to me that they were so concerned about a baby when I'm like, you guys aren't even at the cottage yet. Like you don't even know what your life is going to be like
Mhm.
together when you're disowned from your family and all that. And you guys are already talking about a baby. Y'all don't
I
even know
think
each
it's
other, which
because
y'all
they
actually
already
said y'all
slept
wanted to get
together.
to know each other. Huh?
I think because they had just slept together and they were concerned that they could be pregnant, right? So they were saying, okay, if you are with a child,
Yeah.
I'll still take care of you. This was Benedict saying, and we can have this life together at the cottage. So it turned out that she wasn't pregnant, but they were just, they didn't have, the flow chart. They didn't have pregnancy tests. They were just wondering. They know if you have sex, you have a baby, and
But Benedict been around the block. I
sure,
think he knows by
Yeah.
now how to not get someone
he,
pregnant.
he tried to baby trap her low key. That's what it
You
was.
already
He
knew
did
that
try to
part
baby
of
trap her because he knows what he's doing and she didn't. And
Yes.
this whole pregnancy thing with them, and it was like supposed to tie into the story of her mother's pregnancy and her
Hmm.
very existence,
Is that
and
what they were
also
trying to
somehow,
do?
but yes, and also reflect on the other hand, like Francesca dying to get pregnant to
Mm.
fulfill her duty. It was just and it felt unnecessary to the main plot line of their love story and
Uh-huh.
more
Mhm.
like for Francesca's story. Like on
Yeah.
one hand, we're like really hoping that they can get pregnant and that she gets pregnant, especially once Lord Kilmartin passes suddenly like that.
Woo.
We're praying that she is pregnant. And on the other hand, we're like praying that Sophie isn't. Just like I
Yeah.
think there was the writers wanted like a push pull with that for the audience, but it didn't give that for me. It
But
failed.
speaking of Francesca, did you guys think did she miscarry or did she lie about being pregnant in the first place? Because I was like, is she lying about being pregnant?
I think she lied.
I don't know.
I think she
I think
lied.
she lied. Like it's just
And
like
you know what? I'm not a writer or anything, but they could have took that and ran with it, right? I know they would never get so scandalous,
hmm
but she could have built up that pressure and
hmm
then needed a child. You see where I'm
yeah,
going with that? But
Yeah, that would have been more
yeah.
she's a
interesting,
little
I think.
she
Yeah.
seems like she's too timid to do that, but then
Uh-huh.
look how heavily those pressures were getting to her. I could see
Yep.
her having a moment of weakness and being like, well, I got it. I need a baby.
Especially the
They
way
could
she
have
was talking
they
violent. Come on, you gave our father 8 pieces of him and da da your duty. And like I thought she
I
was
can see
lying
her
about
doing
it.
it.
But apparently in the
Missed
book,
opportunity.
she does have a miscarriage, but I don't know and when or whereabouts that happened. I think he lives a lot longer, her husband, in the book than he does in the show. But I don't know. But I felt like she was lying the whole time. I don't know. I don't know. But she
Why?
does also. When it comes to Michaela and Francesca, they built up a little friendship here. I do appreciate that they had Michaela looking fabulous this part of the season. I loved her bedazzled dress or whatever the case may be with that. Um, it seems as if they're building up to have either Francesca or Eloise as the lead of the next season. And I do have a bit of news that was announced. Bridgerton has already been approved or already been okay for season 5 and 6. And according to, I think this is tvline.com, they're set to begin production on the 5th season in March of 2026. So they're doing it this month, right? This month they already started recording. And if they follow the same like release schedule as they did with this season, we may get the next season of Bridgerton as soon as, I believe they said, June of 2027. So they trying to speed them up a little bit, and I'm very much happy about that because 2-year wait is getting ridiculous.
I'm giving them one more season. One more, not to drop the ball. And if they do this again, I think I'm good off of Bridgerton. I'll catch the cliff notes online.
Oh, I'm here for Eloise. Once they get to Eloise, I'm clocking out. But
Why?
because I love me some Eloise. I don't care what nobody say. Eloise is that girl.
She's
And
ready to be on the shelf though, and been ready. So I don't know. Like, I'm not that excited to see her turn from what we know her to be. It's gonna have to be a real sweep off your feet scenario.
Okay.
And that factor of this show has like died down with every season slowly, just a little bit, just a
Okay.
tiny bit.
Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see if they'll be able to convince you guys next season. But a couple other notes from this season. We had, of course, Cressida's return with this horrible dress.
But I was hyped. I'm not gonna lie. I was hyped to see her little Bama self.
I
We
knew
need her.
that
We
was
need
her.
her.
I knew that was her before she even stepped out of the carriage. I was like, who could it be? And it's somebody that we already know from the buildup. I was like, it's Cressida. I know it is. When she came out, I was like, in that dresses.
Yeah, this is horrible.
Fugly as hell. But that is Cressida.
It's so her.
It is so her. Very much so. She brings
her,
a little
though.
something. She brings a little something. Hey, what's going on? What's up? Big Daddy, I don't think she got enough bows on it.
It to me, she brings a flair that, you know, these other gowns just aren't giving. They're starting to be all very similar. And so even if it is like, girl, that is fugly, it's like, it's also like she's taking a chance.
Oh yeah,
getting something very uniquely her.
I wonder if this is like, you know, couture of the time. Are people looking at Cressida like, ooh, she's always so innovative?
No, they are definitely looking at her like no, I never thought I'd see someone that gave Miss Featherington a run for her money.
Oh, that's my boo. Don't tell Miss Featherington that. Miss Featherington is one of my favorite characters. I love her. I love that she finally forgave I think her name was Averly or Valerie or I can't remember this morning.
Varley,
yes.
And I love Varley. I love Varley's nosy ass.
Yeah, even though she did kind of throw Sophie under the bus this season when Alice stood 10 toes down for Sophie and didn't
she
tell
had
the
to.
It was her job.
She had to. You saw it on her face. She was about to get fired. She really didn't want to do it. She had to.
She could have came crawling back to the Feathers like she ended up doing at the end of the season anyway if she got fired at the Penwoods. But
true, but then we wouldn't get that cute little nosy plotting scene with her and Posey.
Yeah. Okay.
I like them together when they're plotting. They're very cute.
Miss Featherington does not deserve Miss Varley. I did not appreciate that haphazard apology that wasn't an apology. And you know what? Low-key, she probably should have got on the boat and went to America or countryside or wherever she was gonna go.
Hold on. So
All
Big
right,
Daddy Cool says she's the Lady Gaga of her time. I'm assuming he's talking about
bingo,
Cressida.
absolutely. It's the
But we,
meat dress,
oh, yes, iconic. The bow dress and the meat dress. There
the
you go.
meat dress. Yes.
But we also have Lord Anderson. First, kind of feeling like he didn't want to give him. I don't know the way he worded it. When he said that, oh well, we don't have to worry about an engagement, and City Girl Violet was like, hold up, wait a second, you ain't trying to like, what's wrong with me? Then at the end of the season, she turned around and not even want to get married to him. It's like she wants someone to want her, but she don't want them back. That's what it's giving.
I did not see that coming. Okay, when she got on the engagement,
Yes.
I understood her reasoning. And like I said, she has absolutely been on fire lately, taking care of her family and probably just realized the kind of power that she has, like running this household by herself.
Yeah.
So good for you. Good for you being the T. Now you so let's see where this goes. I'm not even gonna speculate.
He was having, and he couldn't get enough because by the end of the season, he was like, "You don't want to marry me? I'm looking for marriage." And blah, blah, blah. He was really trying to put a ring on it, and she said, "Not so much, not so much." And we also get the return of Anthony and Kate. Anthony comes back for a couple scenes. We appreciate that. I love seeing Anthony back as the head of the household here, holding things down. And Kate, of course, returned. They are a happy family, a family of three now because they had a little bundle of joy, Edmund the second, because that was his father's name. And of course, that turns our boy Benedict from despair to just the second. You know, he's just no one at this point because now he's no longer the second. The second goes to Edmund Jr., right? I'll say. And we do get this great scene between Benedict and Anthony, where Anthony was like, "You about to marry this maid? I should, not even let you be a part of the family because you're about to bring disgrace upon the family." And I thought it was interesting how Anthony chose to handle that. As I said before, Anthony is not charming. He's very much off-putting at first. He's only nice to Kate.
Yeah.
Everyone else, he's just like this overpowering kind of. Look at him. He just looks like he's just angry.
I liked how he handled their second conversation. I felt like this needed a little bit more tenderness and understanding. And that first conversation, he was just very duty, and it's just like Benedict was like, "Girl, I know that I don't have a duty. That's your field.
Your duty."
Exactly. But how he handled it the second time and how he just reminded him that it isn't just a reflection of him anymore. It becomes, a besmirchment on the family and on his younger sisters who, are seeking to get married, with exception to Eloise. Like there's his little sisters and his little brother. Like they still have people that they're trying to forge a future for, and this would not hold up well for that.
And I just feel so bad for Benedict because I was saying he's just a boy, as in he's just a feeler. He feels his emotions. He's very much empathetic. And that scene, it was a little after this scene, after of course he came out to Sophie and she just took it over the chin. She was just like, "That ain't no problem, right?" He said to her that he was ready to bring her to our cottage at that point. And after she overheard the conversation between Benedict and Anthony, she wanted to call it off. And the way Benedict was screaming, crying, throwing up, about to be sick over Sophie not wanting him back. I felt so bad for him. He was just so adorable and pathetic. And the yearning was, I love a pathetic yearning man. And Benedict was given very much that this season. So I love that for them. We also, again, get, like we mentioned before, Hyacinth and Gregory at their little kiddie ball. And Gregory saw the love of his life thus far, this little girl across the ball. So cute. I love that scene. And Moreover, guys, this is so important. We have Penelope deciding to no longer be Lady Whistledown, and she announced it via a Lady Whistledown article in the middle of Cressida's ball. I might add.
And thank God for that, because they were
Yeah.
just dragging that dead horse this whole season. Like, it was so annoying every time she writes something, having somebody come to check her. Like, please,
Mm-hmm.
please. The worst thing they could have did was expose her. And now we have a new Lady Whistledown, allegedly.
Right.
Do we have any thoughts on who it is? I have a couple. I
Please
have a
share.
couple.
I have a couple too. Go
I
ahead.
think Lady Cressida, because she already tried it once.
Yeah, but
So
she
no one
couldn't
would
write.
be
She
looking for
couldn't
her.
write.
She's
She
not
couldn't write.
good.
She
But she's
can't
been
write.
reading. She's been
She
reading though.
has.
She's been
Uh,
reading. She's been working on the craft.
okay.
Possible.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
have her and I have Eloise.
Yeah,
Eloise.
I feel like Eloise is the easy fallback. We kind of thought it was her early on
Mm-hmm.
until they gave the reveal. It's like it makes sense for it to be Eloise, so I'm hoping it's not her,
Mhm.
honestly.
And it
Okay.
would make too much sense, but I'm thinking of who's not going to be getting a lot of exposure right now. Nobody's messing with, well, you know what? It's really hard for Cressida to blend in the background or anything with them ugly dresses. But I was thinking about who's going to be able to blend into the background and get all the gossip. Who's going to be at all the events?
Mm-hmm.
And those are the two that came in mind.
Okay. E, who are your suspects for who's the next Lady Whistledown?
I'm gonna say Eloise because it's easy, but I'm praying it's actually someone that's more in Sophie's realm. So like
Okay.
somebody that's in service.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. This.
Although it would be very difficult for somebody at that rank to pull this off.
See, I'm on the same page as you. I feel like it's one of the small folk. If we're taking the turns from Game of Thrones, I feel like it's one of the help because like Danny Say So said, it has to be someone who's going to be invisible, right? And they made a point several times in the season to say how much the maids and stuff were invisible, but they're always at every event. They know the gossip, right? And someone pointed out online how when we get Julie Andrews, when she comes back for the voice, there's like a slight like Cockney accent put in there. It's not the proper posh accent all the way. So I had to watch the episode twice, and I said I can kind of hear it. I can hear it. So I'm thinking my number one suspects is this lady right here on the right hand corner, the one that works for the Bridgerton house who know all the tea. Her possibly, or one of these ladies here. What was her? The one who was hooking up with John. That maid, possibly her. And if it isn't on the off chance that it isn't one of the small folk, oof. I would say honestly, from season one, I suspected Lady Danbury, but if she's not going to be around, I'm going to say, uh, I don't know. I
If
don't
they
know.
really wanted to blow our minds, it would be a man.
Oh,
Yes,
a man.
It would be a man.
that sounds fun.
Oh,
Wouldn't that be
Alfie.
crazy?
Would it be Alfie? Alfie, the one who
Who's
walked
Alfie?
down the aisle? Alfie was the servant who was like best friends with Sophie. I don't have a picture of him, but he worked with her in the Pinwood house, and he's the one who helped her get
Yep.
Oh,
rid of the ball from
Now,
the
what's
beginning.
their level of education? That's what I'm thinking. Like, are they capable of writing to that like
Yeah,
standard,
that's
like
the
the way
question.
that she was writing?
oh yeah,
I'm not sure
good
if
point.
they were literate or anything at that time, the servants, but that is a good question. That would that's important and something important. But yeah, those are predictions there. And when we get to the scene where we're at the courthouse because Miss Penwood was like, I'm about to tell the judge you stole from us and you acting like you were a highborn, right? And when Benedict and Violet stormed the courtroom and made like a whole plea for her, that was one of my favorite scenes. I loved how Violet took charge there. She was like, oh well, we'll pay, if in case the chick said, if you pay for the clips, we'll be done. And of course, Big Buddy Bridgerton, they got it like that. So I said, look, we'll pay whatever. But when Penwood was very much adamant about not letting this go and pulling rank on them per se, I had to look into what are the hierarchies in royalty because I wasn't sure. So I pulled up this information here from Wikipedia. So apparently, a countess, which is what Lady Penwood is, would rank higher than a viscount, which is what Antony is. But we have the breakdown here. I thought that was interesting. I don't know if we have any marquises in the show as of yet, but we have seen a count, a viscount. I believe we have seen a baron via this couple here. So yeah, that's the hierarchy. So she is technically pulling rank on them, especially with Benedict being the second son and all of that. But yeah, very interesting, guys. Very interesting. But anyway, I really enjoyed this season.
Oh, I also one more thing. I also hate that, and also I'll give this to Benedict. The smartest thing that he said was about that will, because I thought it was going to be Varley going to look for the will with her snooping ass. Benedict, baby man Benedict of all people, was the one that had to tell you to go and search for the will. Nobody thought,
Yeah.
let me go look for this will.
No. He said,
Nice.
Benedict is smarter than he gives off, though, because remember when he was having his mind right, when he wasn't fixated on the lady in the mask, though, the lady in silver, he was getting things done in Anthony's absence. So I said, don't count him out. The only thing I will say that ranks against Benedict, in my opinion, one of the things is that I wouldn't want to be someone's first dedication. Like, he hasn't been dedicated to anything. Like, he never even finished a picture or a painting before this season. So Sophie is coming in like, the test subject and marrying this man. That would be a concern for me. But if she like it, I love it. Let's see. We got the ones for, hey ladies, great season so far. Hi, thanks for being here. Thank you so much. Yeah, Bugs, Alfie would be a great choice. Sophie does spill her business to him. Yes, she does. That's her boy. He walked her down the aisle. But earlier in this season, I thought we had our declaration of love to compare to the other seasons. But it turns out we potentially got two this season. I have a little clip, and I wanted to hear your guys' thoughts.
I don't care who sees. All I care about...
Of course you do not care who sees, but when do you stop to think about me?
Every moment of every day. There is not a single moment you do not fill my mind. I've heard every qualm you've raised about being with me, and I wish there was some other way for us to be together. But the thought of spending a single day without you torments my soul. You deserve the very world. But how else am I to be with a woman society has made it impossible for me to be with? The woman I was foolish enough to fall in love with.
What?
I love you, Sophie.
Man.
No?
Torments my soul. It's like, girl, that's not enough.
I thought it was very cute. I thought it was cute.
Nobody can top Anthony.
Oh, Anthony.
Nobody can top. You got that clip?
I don't.
I'd love to see that again.
You got more clips in the back?
Run that clip.
God damn it. I thought
That's the standard.
It's just so ornery. It's like, and he tried to talk every time. I gotta bring it up every time. He tried to talk to your sister, bro. It's a no-go from there. I would never. It's like that just ruined everything. Just drive me right up looking at that. I'm like, who even wants
it for real?
Gross. But no, this was sweet. I thought it was very caring, and it's definitely better than Collins. I honestly, I don't remember what Collins was. Did he even have one that season? Who knows? But
show me them things.
Show me them blouse. That means they don't do anything.
Real quick. There's two intimacy scenes. Okay.
Yes.
The first one, I wasn't mad at. He really got in his bag when they were in the bedroom. I thought that it felt genuine,
Okay.
and they did a good job. Also, was surprised at the actress going
Top.
topless,
Yes.
but she has a very nice pair, very, very mindful,
Turkey.
very demure. Okay, very gorgeous, perfect, right? The part that I was gooped at was the love scene in the bathtub, where
Okay.
they were worried about a possible pregnancy again, and we're trying to test the waters on a different way to
Yes.
please themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And when there's a moment where she's like, well, we can't we can't keep doing this because this is dangerous, we can end up pregnant. And he's like, okay, well, we don't have to do it that way, turn around. When he said that, I'm not gonna lie, I paused the TV and I yelled to my fiance in the other room, they're about to do this.
I was wondering about that. I was like, and also there were a little bit of spoilers from the book readers where they were like, oh, they're going to do the tub scene. And so I'm thinking it's going to be this crazy thing, and it wasn't. So I'm guessing it was way more intense in the book, way more graphic and detailed in the book, maybe. Because I was just like, what were we scared of here?
Yeah, I thought he was, visiting the back door. And when it wasn't giving that, I was like, oh, this is, it's like, it just felt very much more tame. And I just thought if we're like going by some of the past love scenes and how passionate they were trying to convey the level of this relationship and the passion of this relationship and like the lust aspect of every love match. It's like this
Bring that
didn't
comment back up.
it just didn't meet what I thought this was gonna give. I really thought if they pushed the envelope just a teeny bit further and did what I thought they were gonna do, that it would be just enough of a scandal for me to feel moved somewhat by this match. But I was like, but also I understand why they couldn't. She wouldn't be the first Asian love interest on the series, but her being a maid, it just would not have felt as, it wouldn't feel right, I guess, to have her be the first person to
do anal on the show.
That style. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
It would feel probably dirtier for her to be the first one to do that on the show. But
I'm glad that they did it the way they did it, because for me, when I was looking at Benedict putting it down on her, I said, okay, Benedict got a little bit of a stroke game. He was doing and not only that, he knows where the clitoris is. He displayed that several times. So all of this experience he has is he's been putting it to good work. And he looked like the best lay of the series. If we're really thinking about it, it's between him and the Duke. Those are the one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
you hate Duke. Anthony with all your little heart.
He was doing nothing in their love scene. Oh, do we not remember? I need to pull it up. I wish I would have recorded. He was doing nothing in that. He didn't even have a stroke game. Nothing. Benedict had he knew what a clit was. He had the stroke game, and
he's a professional.
Yes.
He's a professional. So I was excited to see him push the envelope, but I do get why he didn't. It is what it is. He wanted to work.
That's for the honeymoon.
I don't care. I still enjoyed the carriage scene from last season. And maybe I could just relate to that. I just really love. I really love.
They also had a carriage scene this season.
For the boo for that, yeah.
The carriage scene this season.
I think they did do the back. I think they did do the backdoor thing. I think they did. I think they purposely, because they didn't have to put the words in there. Okay. I think they purposely put the line in there and then let us use our imagination of what happened next. Because he told her to turn around, and then they were going at that for a minute, and then they cut to the next scene. So I feel like it was there to kind of make us feel like, okay, that's what they did. And then they went on to the rest of the scene.
But
I think they did.
she was a virgin up until that first love scene. So I don't know if they did it. That seems like a little
Well, I
more
mean,
advanced for her second time.
Okay, but it
Well,
wasn't
we only
her
got
second
8
time.
episodes, like you said.
That first night, they went at it like, all night. Which is why she was like, "Oh, I'm definitely pregnant."
Lost her necklace and everything.
Hello.
But speaking of the final reveal, when he puts 2 and 2 together that she is the lady in silver, I wish that would have been a little bit more there. It was just like a quick conversation, and I'm like, that's it. All it is
him going through his pictures. It's like you have somewhere to be, and you're putting 2 and 2 together, and the final hours, like, you need to beat her to the base. What are you doing?
Y'all, it was a mess. But apparently the score on Rotten Tomatoes, I don't have an image here, but it has gone up. It went to 87%, which is right in line with the first season. So according to Rotten Tomatoes, which is, we have season 1, season 4, then season 3, then season 2. But what I thought was interesting, Queen Charlotte has the highest score. I think it's at like 92%. But yeah, I really enjoyed this season, guys. Honestly, it's probably one of my favorites of Bridgerton, not including Queen Charlotte. I would put that maybe top 2 for me. Yeah, enjoyed it. Liked it.
I think it boosted up the score on Rotten Tomatoes that Penelope quit Lady Whistle Down.
Yeah,
I think
we had that going
because we have a new Whistle Down.
And for her to quit this season really pissed me off because she had everything to lose last season, and she was clinging to Lady Whistle Down with the grasp of life and death. It's like she could have given that up last season, kept her marriage, kept it a secret. No one would have been the wiser. But she was so, I still want to be Lady Whistledown. I want to keep it. And, even me getting married won't let me lose this Lady Whistledown. And the very next season, bro, you about to give it up? You could have did that last season. when the stakes were higher.
Isn't it because the Queen forced her to keep doing it?
No, it's because, last season, it was like either you can give up Lady Whistledown and marry Colin and like live happily ever after, or everyone is going to know your Lady Whistledown, including the Queen. But she still kept doing it and revealed herself to the Queen before anyone else can do it before her. So I'm like, all of that, and you was in the very next season you about to give it up. It just seems like all of that build up from season 3 is for naught. Because you look at you now, you don't even want to do it anymore. She's sick of it. She's ready to let it go.
She ain't know it was gonna flop, but she were fully revealed, or maybe she did know, and it just was something she was willing to gamble.
Yeah, but I'm glad we do get the mystery of who's the Lady Whistledown back again, because I'm excited about that. Yeah, but we do have one more comment before we wrap things up. Hey, what's going on? Books. What if she's saying she's giving it up, but it's still her? She's trying to take her anonymity. I can't even speak right now. I've been drinking. Anonymity back. That would be surprising because is she that conniving? Maybe she is.
She can be,
she's
but
too much in the spotlight now.
She's a mother of a very young child and has her new marriage. It's like, girl, I don't think it's her. But I understand they could go that route, but that would kind of be a little boring to me.
We'll find out. We'll find out in the upcoming seasons. But that's
or maybe this time we won't. Maybe this time they'll keep it a secret and do us all a favor. I don't want to know.
Oh yeah, I don't want to know so soon. I hope they don't reveal it next season. I hope they keep it a secret until the very, very end, till after Gregory is married off to whoever he's going to be with. But yeah. Anyway, that's the show, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Please subscribe to the channel. And actually, if you're here, tune in because we're going to be talking about this, well, technically last month's, but February's book of the month, which is The Stranger in the Lifeboat. So that's going to be following this stream immediately. So stay tuned. And we'll see you in a bit. Goodbye. See ya.
Bye.
See ya.